Hello and welcome back to the Conscious Contact podcast. My name is Genay Peavey and I'm here with Squirrel, who does have a real name that is not Squirrel.
I do.
But that's for another episode. I really am wanting to talk to you about something that I've struggled with for my whole life, crippling anxiety.
Yep.
Is there a time that you remember that you were first aware that you were different?
Definitely, probably either middle school or high school. I remember feeling sick in class and having to leave class because I would feel sick, everything like that. Then it actually went away for a little bit, and I feel like when I moved back down to North Carolina, it came back pretty strong for some reason.
Something in the water.
I don't know. It's moving away from family or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, because that's a comfort zone thing for sure. Yeah, same. It might have even been elementary school. Like I always knew that I dealt with stuff different than other people, and I couldn't like go ask for ketchup at McDonald's, and I couldn't answer the door if somebody rang the doorbell.
Yeah, I never answered the door either.
No, just petrified. I remember in high school having to force myself out of that. Like I intentionally got a job that made me interact with people. Yeah. Even though it made me physically ill. I was like, if I don't fix this now, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Did you have an inflection point like that where you decided I got to fucking do something about this?
Not till actually recently.
Really?
Like I finally got a prescription recently.
Yeah.
Probably 2 months ago. That's why I'm better now. Wow, otherwise, I probably could have never done the podcast.
Recent. Yeah.
So, started taking that 2 months ago. But even when I worked night shift at a hotel, so I wasn't really talking to anybody.
Yeah. Well,
I remember people would have schedules to come in or whatever to check in. Yeah. I would be super nervous the whole time, waiting for them to show up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But otherwise, it didn't happen that often, so I was mostly just to myself at night, and that's what I did for work. So it didn't really help me deal with it at work at all or anything like that.
No, yeah. You have a job that I think most people would assume you'd be super outgoing.
Yeah, yep.
Like behind the scenes. Yeah. But I think people kind of forget that you're just recording by yourself.
It's super easy.
You're at your house.
It's super easy. But I do hate recording solo.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't like, since Kyle lives with me. Like, I don't like when somebody can hear me recording.
Oh, same.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I hate that still, but I don't think that's anxiety. That's just something
That's just us being awkward people. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm the same way. If Luke is home and I know I'm going to record a podcast, I wait until he's upstairs doing something because it makes me feel gross.
Yeah, it's something that it feels very weird.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, super easy to, like, streaming in front of people I can do easily, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Because that is live.
Yeah.
But there is a certain amount of separation. You don't have to see their faces.
I think that's the big thing. Yep.
Yeah. I was like shocked when you agreed to come on the podcast because I am super aware because I have anxiety. I try to be aware of other people's stuff. And I was like, really? You would totally do that? I was so excited because it is hard to be put in a situation like that. And even if you know the person super well. Yeah. And you don't really know me really well. Yeah. We've only known each other since February.
Super Bowl, right? Yeah. Was the first time I came out? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So it's like, you don't know what you're getting into. And I hope that I can make it as comfortable as possible for
it's
people.
It's super comfortable here. Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spring anything crazy on you, I promise. And trying to navigate that, I think that my anxiety helped me to be more empathetic for other people. Yeah. I don't know if you've experienced that.
100%.
Yeah. Because it makes you super aware too.
It does.
That's like part of anxiety is you see and feel everything. Yeah. And it's all so awkward.
It really sucked. I hated, because I feel like everyone gets nervous. I feel like that's normal. So everyone has anxiety. What I hated about it is I would actually puke.
Yeah.
Like something as simple, like going out to dinner, sitting at a table.
Yeah.
I would get super nauseous, wouldn't be able to eat, would have to pack on my food. Now I can do that.
That's wild.
But it was super bad.
Was it the interactions with like the waiter?
No, I don't know.
Or was it just being around other people?
I honestly have no clue.
That's a really interesting.
Because I like talking to people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind it. Like, I'd rather honestly go somewhere in person, talk to them than a phone call.
Oh, same.
Like, dealing with a lot of things.
Death of me.
I used to also really hate doing phone calls. But yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. So I don't think it's just social anxiety. I think just being out. I don't know really.
Yeah.
It
No,
was a
I
lot
get
of
that.
doing things that I don't normally do too. Like I can't take a plane. But I feel like once I
Ooh.
do it, I would probably
Then
be
you'll be
fine.
chill. Yeah, yeah.
But just not the unknown, I guess.
Oh yeah. No, I'm the same way. A lot of my anxiety is like catastrophe based.
hmm
So like the ceiling's gonna fall down on me while I'm sleeping, or carbon monoxide's gonna get in the
Yeah.
house and I'm gonna suffocate, or the plane's gonna crash or whatever.
Yeah.
And flying for the first time, like Luke travels for work and he's like, "Hey, you're gonna come with me," and I'm like, "I don't know about that." It was petrifying. I still get anxious.
hmm
I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, but it's not I'm gonna jump off the plane
Yeah.
anxious anymore.
Yeah. As long as I don't feel nauseous, I feel like I can get through a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because puking was the big trigger.
Puking is rough.
Yeah.
No, I have auditory overwhelm. So like
I don't
if
know what
I'm
that
in
is.
yeah, it's a similar feeling, but it's triggered by, say I'm in a busy restaurant and everyone's talking really loud and that's all you hear is just like everyone's conversations. I can hear them all individually, but all at the same time.
Wow.
And it like short circuits my brain or something, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
So I have to just like go outside or meditate really hard. And it's hard to explain anxiety to people that don't have it.
Yeah.
Because
My
they're like,
parents
just don't feel like that.
My parents
anymore.
don't understand at all.
No,
And I think I'm the only person, like my sisters don't, actually my older sister does, but my sister that I kind of grew up with didn't have it at all.
Yeah.
Like she would do speeches in front of the school and stuff like that.
Ooh.
So I could never do things like that.
Yeah.
Like even playing sports would give me anxiety.
Oh, hell yeah.
So all that, yeah, but my parents never dealt with it, so they didn't understand. I don't know, that's why I never had medicine as a kid.
Oh, for sure.
So they probably just didn't really realize that. They always told me to get medicine once I grew up and still had it. But I think as a kid, they just thought nervous.
You'll grow out of it kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I was the same way. I remember like trying out, believe it or not, I wanted to be a cheerleader in middle school. And I did all the practices, like everything was fine, but then you had to do an audition in front of just the coaches.
Yeah.
Like me and just them and do like a cheer.
Yeah.
I forgot everything. I couldn't do any of it. Like I forgot the words, the moves, and I'm just standing there staring at them. I'm like, I'm just going to leave. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm good. But it is that thing, like if you don't have experience with it, because and I've run into this a lot. People just say, well, why don't you just stop feeling that way?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, just calm down.
Yep. Or they just say they don't understand at all. I don't understand why you feel this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even understand it.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
what do you think I feel?
It's very stupid.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. But
it's crazy.
yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of the whole point. That for me was the hardest part about my anxiety was I knew that it was irrational.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was okay. No one was going to kill me. My body was fine. It didn't matter.
Yeah. Yep.
I still felt that way.
Yeah.
And being able to give that to somebody else, like, hey, here's exactly how I feel. Even that is really hard. Because, like, I don't know. I just feel terrible. What do you mean?
Yep.
Like, that's all you got.
And it really makes no sense.
No, it's completely irrational. And that's what used to make me so mad at myself was I should be able to outthink this.
Yep.
Like, I'm an adult. I'm decently intelligent. Like, there's no reason that I should be reacting this way.
I hated not being able to make phone calls. For the simplest thing, like when I first moved down here, trying to call the electric company said that all.
Yeah.
I made my ex all do it. Ex now.
Yeah.
Girlfriend at the time. She had to do all the phone calls for me because I just didn't want to deal with any of it.
Same.
And
I
it
still do
sucks.
it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm worlds better than I used to be, but I'll put it off for months.
I made Kyle call a lot of people. He called the lawnmower.
Yes. I try to get Luke to do it. I'm like, can you just please do it? And he's like, no, it's your job. I'm like, okay. But it's like, please go to voicemail. Please go to voicemail.
Yep.
And then when they call me back, it's like,
As soon as I start the conversation, though, I'm fine.
Exactly.
That's the big thing, starting it.
Yes.
But once I'm there, usually, then it kind of all goes away. Usually, for some reason, restaurants didn't. I don't know why. Once I used to get the nauseous feeling, it was really hard to stop it.
Yeah.
But
once
if
you fall into the hole, it's like it's hard to come
Yep.
out. No, I feel the same way. It's like I know I'm gonna be fine. I know that my reaction, like I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
But it feels like I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I never had a full-on panic. I know my older sister would not be able to like breathe, so bad panic.
Yes.
I never had that.
Yeah. Yours was
Luckily,
just more nausea.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I think that, I mean, they're both terrible.
Yeah,
But the panic attack, like I had to go to the hospital twice, like the
Really?
ER. I thought I was dying.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, I was
See,
like,
I
I'm
never
having
had
a heart
it
attack.
that bad.
It's my vision went out, like everything.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Like I thought surely I'm gonna be dying and they're gonna help me.
Yeah.
And they went and like literally the first thing they said to me was, "Can you calm down?" I'm like, "No, that's why I'm here." And they're like, "Here, take some." I think they gave me just Benadryl, and I'm like, "That's not gonna like. I'm dying. You need to get somebody in here." And they were like, "Do you want a referral to the therapist?" And I'm like, "I already go to therapy. Like that's not helping me." I broke out in it looked like poison ivy all over my body.
Wow.
And I couldn't get it to stop. I had like multiple steroid shots, and like it would go away for a little bit, and then I would go to sleep and wake up, and it would be back. Like
wow.
Physical manifestation, like your nausea. Like it takes control away from you.
It's really weird.
It takes over your body.
It's
like an
very
alien.
True. Yeah.
Do you think it's aliens?
It may be. It could be.
Like the Scientology stuff, what do they call them? Thetons that you have to detox.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, there's something in there. And it makes it really hard to have social interactions with people, obviously. But then it also, for me, it made me really self-conscious of like interacting with even people that I cared about.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, they're gonna know.
Yep.
And then they're gonna make me feel weird about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to I still don't really know how to explain it to people. And talking to somebody else that has anxiety is really affirming.
Yeah.
Because there's not very many people that felt the way that I used to feel.
Yeah.
And people don't really talk about it a lot.
No.
I think people talk about ADHD all the time or depression or like they talk about anxiety and what they really mean is nervousness.
Yeah.
Like they're nervous to go on a job interview or they're nervous to, I think a lot of people maybe had social anxiety from COVID, like not interacting with people for so long. But I don't think that it's really talked about in the true meaning of the word.
I remember, like, all through high school, I never told anyone.
Yeah.
But then once I moved out here, had another roommate. I remember telling him about it and stuff, and he didn't understand it either.
Yeah.
Then he said when he moved back to New York, he said that he started getting anxious. He would throw up also.
Oh.
Because he started working, he was his own boss, whatever. So going to jobs and stuff, he would puke before the job. Then he totally understood it.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird. But otherwise, I would never talk about it till I kind of grew up and whatever. Now it's kind of whatever.
It's hard to understand as a kid because you just think,
everyone tells you nervous. Everyone tells you nervous.
Yeah.
Which I get because I feel like everyone gets nervous. That's obviously normal.
Yeah, or uncomfortable or whatever.
I feel like when it actually stops you from doing certain things is where that's what I realized. It was stopping me from doing a lot.
Yes.
And that's where I needed to actually go get a prescription, which that I did online too because I didn't want to go to a doctor's office.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah.
Because that is another hard thing. I always wanted prescriptions, but I didn't want to have to go somewhere.
Because that's anxiety inducing.
Exactly.
I mean, how are you going to get there?
So
you know?
I did all that online and got it online, which I don't know if it's not exactly as good as what you can get. That I have no clue.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Like, because the questions that they ask you for anxiety specifically are so, like, every therapist or psychiatrist I've ever been to, it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Because there's very clear markers for that. And it makes me wonder why so many people don't get diagnosed sooner. Maybe because we don't want to talk about it.
Maybe.
Or admit how bad it is.
Yeah.
Because it can be a shameful thing.
Yeah.
Like even just me, myself, shaming myself.
Yeah.
But then I worry about, well, am I not going to get hired for a job because of this? Are they going to look down on me and not invite me to stuff?
Yeah.
That was the other thing too. Like I realized people weren't, like I would be open about my anxiety, but then they would not invite me to group events because they thought that it would be triggering for me. And I'm like, nah, man, like I can say no. I'm an adult. If I don't want to go, I will totally let you know.
Yeah.
But I think taking that step to get help is really important when you realize. Yeah. Like I would have never known.
I don't know if I would have ever even went golfing. Clearly, I'm dressed to golf. Like it's like just doing new things like that. Always, I could never do.
Yeah, it's the unknown. I think that is kind of the core. It's a fear of what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's a spiral, man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so spirally, I think I'd be chill with it. But like you said, like once you're in it, that's it.
Yep.
Like you're going down.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can really do about it other than medication.
Yeah.
I don't like. Has having roommates helped?
Yeah, it helps me do things. Because I would never do anything alone either. Hate being just alone because then I just think I think too much.
Yeah.
And just sitting there thinking. So when I lived alone for about a month, I was super bored. Just doing nothing.
Yeah.
So that like really sucks. So when Kyle moved out, actually going off and coming here, doing all that like stuff really, really helped.
Yeah.
Just getting out of the house because you get used to it. Once you get used to, like I said, it was unknown. Once I get used to it, it's kind of whatever.
You gotta work that muscle out.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, it's because if I don't go out for a while, like if I order groceries online instead of going to the grocery store for a while, if I have to go in the grocery store, it's like petrifying.
Yep. I agree.
It's 100%. Still, I mean, for whatever reason, the grocery store is still a big one for me.
I just hate going anywhere alone. Because it's just so, first of all, I'm bored.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bored, and then I'm just thinking the whole time, blah, blah, blah. So it's nice having people to go with.
Yeah, group, you would think that would be a terrible thing to do something in a group. But if I physically travel with them to said event and I don't have to meet a bunch of people there, that's the difference too. Like if I have to go meet a huge group of people by myself, hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it. It's going to be a terrible time.
Got to be the first one to the gathering.
Yes.
And then everyone.
And then leave first.
Yeah.
Or just don't go at all. That was my coping mechanism. Stay for 20 minutes. Like I would set a timer.
Really?
And I'd be like, I'm going to leave in 30 minutes. And then it would make me feel more comfortable. I had it out.
Yeah.
I had a certain time that I would be able to leave.
Yeah.
Do you think YouTube has like helped you overcome that in a financial sense? Like, did you have issues with jobs prior to?
No, I worked right out of high school. What nice about YouTube was being able to move out of my parents' house and actually starting on my own, even though that was really nervous.
Yeah.
And obviously anxiety, but definitely financially it's helped a lot, clearly.
No kidding. Yeah.
I don't know what I would be doing without YouTube. I was just working night shift at that hotel for $15 an hour in New York.
Damn.
So I don't know.
That was good back then, though.
It was good back then. Yeah. And so I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how I would have moved out.
Yeah. Especially in New York.
Yeah, because I lived on Long Island, so it was super expensive where I lived.
Sheesh.
But yeah, being able to do a job anywhere, moving down here has definitely helped that. I don't really worry about financial at all anymore.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
That's a huge relief.
Yeah.
Did you have any, like, how bad was your anxiety moving to North Carolina?
I guess because like I came down with two people.
Ah, gotcha.
So it was a little bit better. If I had to come down alone, I don't know if I could have done it. But me and my dad were always fighting, so I knew I needed to get out of my dad's house.
Gotta do it, yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't terrible. I think I did puke the first night. But then after that, once I got in my house, I was just excited to get in my house and do my own thing from that point. I was only renting at first, but now I own it.
Did you have any like culture shock coming here from living up there your whole life?
No, not much. I lived pretty much like where I lived on Long Island, it was way east. So it was very farmy, small town. I had 30 kids in my graduating class.
Wow, yeah.
So now I also live kind of in the middle of nowhere. So it's kind of the same that way.
Same vibe,
like 40 minutes to a store. It was what it always was. So that way it hasn't really changed. Only accents.
Oh, yeah.
Accents is the only thing.
That's a big difference. I mean, food too, though.
Yeah.
Like the drastic difference in what northern people will cook versus southern people. Like, have you had any? Because I know we've gone out to eat a couple times.
Yeah.
Have you had any food that you're like, you eat that?
Grits is not good. Or at least the one time I had grits, it was awful.
You're gonna get canceled.
I know.
Say that.
It was so bad. Probably just the place I had it from, but it was terrible.
Probably, yeah.
But then
it's a texture thing. Too.
Yeah. Actually, I kept eating it because of the texture. Oh. I didn't like the flavor.
Oh, well, you got to try them again then.
Maybe.
We'll have to go somewhere like either really greasy or like really bougie. Those are the two places that have good grits. Yeah. Or just somebody's parents' house. Like if you ever go to Luke's mom's house, oh my God, you're going to die and go to heaven. I remember I'm from the South and okra was like,
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you're going to have to try okra then. Try it fried so you'll actually like it.
All right.
But then try it regular. It's like a green bean, but like extra slimy in the middle.
Ooh.
Yeah. You think it would be gross. It sounds disgusting.
It sounds really bad.
Yeah. Stewed, I hate it. Fried, it's amazing. Or pickled. Pickled okra.
I like pickles.
Oh, you fucking love pickled okra. If you like grits, it's a texture thing too for people. Like they just think it's a weird mouth feeling.
Yeah.
highly, highly, highly recommend okra for sure. Right. Or okra on grits.
I've never even seen it in a restaurant yet.
Oh, we gotta go.
Not that I go to
that
many restaurants.
Usually when I'm eating fast food. Right now. Yeah, we gotta find okra. Hold on. But it's really cool to see people be such self-starters in this industry. Mm-hmm. Like YouTube I think has allowed a lot of people to go straight from like their parents' house to being a fully independent person.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's really helpful for most people's mental health.
Yeah.
Like there's a traditional college track that some people take. They go straight.
There was no way I was doing that.
Oh yeah.
First of all, anxiety. There's no shot I was going to. I knew that in high school too. That there was no shot I was going to college with anxiety. Yeah. That's another thing that I think saved me. I don't know if my anxiety would have let me quit my job and start a new job. Oh. Like I feel like I would have been stuck there for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Till I finally did something about it because I started getting comfortable at it once I learned what I was doing, new people. Also, I was so bad at my job, they told me not to check in people. They never really trained me.
That helps.
So it was more like I was really just doing my own thing all day.
Yeah.
So
you're just chilling.
I probably would have just been stuck there forever. So YouTube definitely helped with that.
Wow. Yeah. Did you ever think did you have a plan? Like thinking, I'm not going to go to college. Did you have another idea? You're just winging it?
It was just going to keep working at that hotel job till forever. Maybe something comes up. But I don't know.
So you got married and had kids or something?
I didn't have that much time to think about it either. I think I started YouTube this summer, at the end of the summer after I graduated, I think. No, right
Really?
I think actually pretty much right at the start of the summer. I think I worked the winter before my school year. Mm-hmm. Forget exactly how it all worked out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that long after I graduated that I quit my job and went full-time YouTube.
Dang.
Yeah.
How quickly were you able to monetize? That's like the hill that I'm climbing up right now.
Quick, because I had Delirious.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Delirious played a lot of Fortnite, so yeah. I don't even remember not being able to monetize. Like by the time I started posting,
that's crazy.
Like, I think I just had the subs already. I don't know if there was a watch time limit at the time.
It's different now.
I forget
for sure.
exactly. It was so I don't even know how many years I've been doing it for.
It was low before, like it was super low. Now it's 4,000 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot, and 1,000 subscribers. And before it was much less than that too.
Yeah. So I don't think I ever really had those problems.
Yeah.
And I remember like my first couple of videos instantly had 5,000 to 10,000 views.
Holy crap.
And I don't think I really ever got below that. From what I remember.
I gotta go hop on that train, man. I don't play games though, so they wouldn't unless I can get Jonathan to come on the podcast. That'd be pretty cool.
There you go.
That would be really interesting. We couldn't do a video version of it though.
Just audio on.
Damn it. That would be cool though. Because we talk to him every now and then. It would be cool to like pick his brain. Because I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this podcast is to be able to talk to different people. Because I love like having conversations with people in real life.
Yeah.
Especially after COVID.
Yeah.
And being able to give other people the opportunity to talk too, because I think we're losing that capability.
Yeah.
Like you don't talk about much if you do talk to people, unless you live with them or they're your partner or whatever. Yep. So like, again, like working that muscle, it helps me also.
Yeah.
So it's a cool like symbiotic situation where I get to have fun and learn about, because like, I remember Luke talking about you when you guys first started recording together. Like you had just randomly been, I think, in a lobby with them and played.
Yeah, I wasn't in every lobby. But randomly, if somebody didn't show up, then I was there.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, there's this young kid and he's really good and we're going to play with him. Because, you know, I people that are listening that don't understand gaming YouTube aren't going to understand. But like you play with certain groups most of the time.
Yeah.
And you got added in and I was like, is this a child? Like who are, it made me nervous. It's like, is he an adult? Is he 18? Because y'all are saying, you know, how you talk in games, like calling people a piece of shit and all of that. And I'm like, make sure like he's over 18 so that you don't get in trouble for talking shit to a child. Please, God, help me. But it was cool to see like you come into the group like that too, because it doesn't like you don't get new people.
It was very weird. It was very random.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like, did you feel it?
Yeah, because I met Delirious on a game called Rust randomly, just running around.
Yeah.
And then I guess we ran into each other a couple times. Somehow, whatever, we moved into the same base.
Yeah.
And that's how I became friends with him. And then we didn't talk for a while. It was like a good 6 months or something. I don't think we talked to each other at all. Then randomly during Fortnite, he hit me up to play Fortnite.
Really?
And then I think somewhere in Fortnite, I played with cartoons.
Nice.
Somewhere in there. And then that's when I started actually talking to everyone in the group and stuff like that.
That was a while ago then.
Yeah.
Because Fortnite was like, happened a couple years ago.
Yeah. I've been doing it, I think, for at least 5 years, I think.
That's really cool, though, to like start from just graduating high school and just kind of walking through life, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Like that, do you believe in that that's just a coincidence, or you believe like there's something bigger that was at work there?
I feel like it's just all luck.
It's all luck?
For me, to me, it just
happened.
It just happened. It was all lucky. I feel like a lot of people that blow up is luck.
Oh, there's a huge element of luck in it for sure. But I do think you have to be like a self-motivated person too.
Yeah. I feel like I put in a lot of hours when I first started.
I mean,
Even still.
Yeah.
Like I only slept 5 hours before coming here today.
Phew.
Yeah.
I don't wish that on anybody. You're better than I am, because I'd be like, fuck you guys. I'm not going anywhere. It's so much work. I was just talking about that before. Like YouTube is so much work making video content. Especially if you're not just streaming, like if you're making actual, like you upload to YouTube and it's not just a video of your stream.
Yeah.
The editing behind that, the hours of play. Really?
I
you
do.
Just
I
raw.
am. I'm bad at editing.
Oh, me too.
And
I don't edit this either.
I just do chop,
yep.
export. So at least I got it easy there.
Yeah.
It used to have to be cutting up all the funny moments, but I feel like content's changed a lot.
I hope so.
Or like the long-term content's better.
Yeah, I like long-form content. Like that's my preference.
Yeah.
I know not a lot of, it's
usually short now. Definitely with TikTok and stuff, yeah.
I think we're ruining people with that though.
It's pretty bad. I feel like people's concentration is bad.
Yeah, and those kind of videos make me anxious.
Do they?
Like all the cuts and like the crazy sound effects and the words on the screen. It's like, oh, what the fuck is this?
I feel like I used to watch a lot of that. Not anymore. I watch long form content too now.
Good.
I usually don't really watch content until I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I'll just play a random, like a Rocket League video, and I'll just, instead of using a TV, whatever.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, to be honest, you're going to get less ads in a YouTube video than you will on TV.
Yeah. Well, I have YouTube Premium, so I get no ads.
Oh, you're bougie. Yeah. I still haven't done that. It recommends it to me every time I log in.
I love it.
I've heard it's great.
And they're blocking ad block on YouTube now.
Oh, really?
I just saw something of it.
Counter blocking.
They're working on it, so no more ad block on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been straight up skipping ads or having to watch 30-second ads for the entire time.
Yeah.
Luke talks about it, and he's like, "Oh, you still have regular YouTube?"
Yeah, I use Premium.
Like,
I need it.
Man. If I played more or if I consumed more like gaming content, I think I would probably definitely get it, because things happen so quickly.
Yeah.
In y'all's stuff, and the stuff I'm watching is like vlogs.
Yeah, so you can take the little break.
It's fine if I get an ad every now and then. Do you get into the weeds on the ad stuff? Like, does that ever factor into like what you're gonna record or how you act?
No, I mean, when they did the thing where you couldn't curse in the first, 30 seconds, I guess I wouldn't curse in the first 30 seconds. Sometimes you would and still get limited.
Yeah.
But, nah, I wouldn't not play like a bloody game because of it.
It's so weird to me because they change it all the time.
They do. I actually like how it is right now, I think. I haven't had any problems with it recently. So there's been nothing wrong. I think one video in the past month got limited. And also, when a video gets limited, it's kind of, the only thing I hate about it isn't not losing out on the money. I hate that it cuts your views.
Yeah.
And that's the one bad thing to me.
Because that ruins like your consistency, like your watch time and stuff like that too.
So I hate seeing that drop because of limited.
Yeah. It goes to like 2 out of 10.
Which I don't even get why. Who cares? I feel like you can curse on TV shows.
I think so too, but I mean, what do I know?
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's stupid.
I don't understand how it all works. Like, if it's not on the kids' YouTube, who cares?
Yeah.
People have to sign up for their account, and if they lie about their age, oh well, dude.
Yeah, I feel like and cursing just isn't bad.
No, I don't disagree. I have a potty mouth, so I mean, when it comes to gaming, it does get a little aggressive.
It does. It does.
I can totally understand, like, if there's like a young child and their dad is watching it, you probably wouldn't want to be around.
Yeah, no, I get that. Not young kids watching it, but I don't see why advertisers would care.
Agreed.
Because no one's watching my YouTube video, and if they hate me, and let's just say there's a Coke ad on it, I don't think they're like, oh, I hate Coke now. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you kind of think when you see stuff like the whole Bud Light thing, like,
that's true.
It could be,
yeah.
But that's
like
was
their brand. Like that's their brand.
They reached out to
just putting an ad on a TV show. I feel like it doesn't make you hate that brand because of the TV show that's advertised.
I hate lots of TV shows.
Yeah,
and I don't pay any attention to the ads on television.
Yeah,
I'm not their target audience.
It's even news channels. If you disagree with a political view, there's ads on whatever, and it won't stop you.
There's ads on Fox. There's ads on CNN.
Yeah, and you wouldn't stop using a product just because there's an ad on Fox.
No, I would stop using a product because it sucks.
It'd be bad if that was the case, though. It may be going there.
I think people are pushing for that, which I think is a slippery slope towards censorship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that can have really negative outcomes, not just for people's livelihoods, but for just like content in general, because then you're going to start editing yourself.
Yeah, it's bad when everyone's scared.
Yeah, you don't want to be scared in that realm. I mean, that's kind of why YouTube was made.
Yeah. Yep.
So people could put up whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And when you start putting like guardrails around that, some of it I understand, a lot of it I don't.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm choosing to watch this. And if I don't like it,
don't watch it.
I can exit out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, like, people that comment, oh, I hate this.
I hate when
Why are you watching it?
I hate when people comment things like that.
I don't get that. Because if I watch something, I get like a minute into it, I don't like it, I just close it.
I don't think I've ever commented on a YouTube video, even if I like, which it's fine if you like something, you comment on it. I think that's good. But I've never done that. Negative. So I could never see myself commenting a negative comment on something.
I hated this.
Now I'll say it to somebody. Like if Kyle's next to me, be like, that was really stupid.
Yeah.
But I would never comment that was really stupid. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, I agree. And I watch different content, but I see it on like daily vlogging. Like people would be like, I hate what you did to your hair, or that outfit was terrible, you shouldn't ever wear it again, or like, I think you made the wrong decision buying that house. And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
It's really strange that they would take their time to comment it.
Yeah, and
really weird.
It's a greater issue with people living their lives vicariously through other people.
Yeah.
And thinking that everyone has to agree with them.
Yeah.
That is the ad issue. That is where I see it come into play. It's like, I have my own thoughts and opinions, but I don't ever think that everyone needs to agree with me.
Yeah.
I think that would be really boring.
Yeah. And
first
weird.
off. Yeah. And I get to have my own decisions in my life, and so do you.
Yeah.
Like, I would never force like my thoughts upon you.
Yeah.
Like be like, you're wrong and I'm right, and I'm discounting like murder is bad and
obviously,
all that kind of stuff. But like general things, like you hate the color yellow, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Like,
it's really weird.
Don't you know the history of the color yellow? Like I see people go like deep dive into. Have you guys had any of that on your baking streams? I know Luke has commented for me a couple of times.
Yeah, but 100%. I feel like people will get mad at certain things that we do. Yeah. Which is just stupid because we're just having fun and blah 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 blah. Now I feel like there's different with not criticizing. What's the word? Saying so. I can't think of the word right now. When you say something to like help.
Constructive criticism.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like that's fine.
I've done that a couple of times.
Because I get that. I mean that's not hate comments.
Like baking powder and baking soda are different.
Yeah, like that's completely fine. But when people just call, some people are just stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think people forget that the internet is the internet and it's not real life.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone would come up to someone and say the type of stuff they do online.
Oh no.
Like we've lost, or we haven't lost it, but I feel like we're losing the ability to have real conversations with people.
Yeah.
And when you have anxiety and stuff, that doesn't help, you know? And I still get like nervous to talk to people about certain things because I don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah.
Like I see how people react on the internet and I'm worried that, maybe they are going to go crazy.
It's never like that in real life, though. It never is.
And we've talked about that in real life before. Like everyone I talk to about any like hot button issues, 99% of them are all in the middle, just like I am.
Yep.
And you just get to see the crazy stuff online, and that's like the extremes on both ends.
Yeah.
But that's not real humans.
No.
Like I don't see people fighting. I also don't live in LA or Oregon or what,
Yeah.
But I don't see people fighting in the streets because they disagree with each other.
Yeah.
And we have to like reframe that. I think the kind of content that you make really gives people a way to just interact with each other in a casual, non-political environment.
Yeah.
That's why I do love like streaming and video game content so much. Is it's just neutral.
Yeah.
You know,
has nothing to do with that.
Sometimes
people will make it about that though.
Oh God.
With certain games.
Yes, this
Harry
is
Potter
true.
game.
This is true. You are not wrong. And then it's funny how that kind of like just disappeared.
Yeah,
like
really
everyone
fast.
was like, "This game is amazing."
It never used to be like that though, at all. Like I don't remember ever hearing crap about that.
No, and then you're discounting all of the I mean, I'm sure it's thousands of people that worked on that game who may not have the same views as the creator of the characters. Like, you're going to ruin their livelihoods because of that?
Yeah.
Seems a little weird.
It's really weird.
Seems a little aggressive.
And it goes both ways on both sides.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because I saw a stupid comment with Dead Island. Like, there's a bride that's I think it's just a man zombie.
Oh, gosh.
And somebody commented saying, I'm not buying this game because of that.
Jesus
like, that's ridiculous.
Christ.
Like, what? It's
Who
just
cares?
a game.
It's a video game.
It was more of it just was funny. It was kind of just funny to see. I don't even get it.
I don't either. And I think most people feel the way we do.
Yeah.
I think most people see it and they go, both of y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there's a middle ground here.
Yeah.
And that's where most people are. And if we don't talk about that, then no one's gonna, like, everyone's gonna think the internet is real.
Yeah.
And they're gonna think that people just hate each other and punch each other all the time. And then you don't get to have conversations about real stuff.
Yeah.
You just talk about the weather.
Yep.
Because you're scared.
Yep.
You know, that fear comes back up. And I think that's given everyone anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, you try to be careful and you're worried about going home for Thanksgiving because you don't know what Aunt Sally's going to say.
And now you're always worried about somebody recording something.
Yes.
Video, like anything
weird.
like that. Yeah.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, the whole, I'm going to get the receipts on you.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to find something crappy you said.
Mm-hmm.
I hope no one goes on my MySpace because I was super emo and I'm sure there's lots of weird stuff that I've said at some point in my life. And then you don't allow people the room to grow.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like, even thinking about anxiety, if someone used to know me back then and knew how crazy and anxious I was, and they just assume that's who I am still, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give people room to grow and judge them by who they are now, not who they were 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we're different.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
100%. Yeah. Usually.
Like, if I was still the same person I was when I was 16,
be a little weird. Yeah.
that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. That would be like cosplaying a teenager, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, there's so much wrapped up in that. And I think it's cool to see people grow. Like, that's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
To be able to talk to somebody like you that used to have crippling anxiety and now gets to live their life.
Yeah.
Because they've, like, put in the work to do that.
Yep.
You went to the doctor, you got medication, you did what you needed to do, but it also does take walking out the door and saying yes to stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's hard.
Yeah. That took me a while.
Stuff is
took
hard.
me a while.
You've been doing great. Like, I would have never.
No, we go out a lot.
I would have never thought.
So every day we're going out somewhere now.
That's awesome, though. Like, that what a complete 180.
Yeah.
From who you used to be.
In a pretty short amount of time.
Yeah. So. Like, you said 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even in February when you were here, like, I would have never.
Yeah, I was.
Assumed.
I think that's actually. Yeah, I remember because originally before that we did go to Rocky's house. I remember being really anxious about that. That was before any medication.
Yeah.
And I remember being really anxious about it, so I couldn't fully enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Even the Super Bowl party, couldn't fully enjoy myself. But now I feel like it's just normal.
Yeah. Anxiety steals your joy. I mean, it
does.
really does.
Yep.
Because you can't stop thinking.
Yeah.
And it makes you be outside the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool that, like, once you take the time to work on it or get medication, whatever the case may be, like, you get to, like, live your life.
Yeah.
For real.
100%. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate you talking about this because I don't think a lot of people do
Yeah.
that actually have anxiety.
Yep.
It's important for people to hear about it.
Yeah.
So if anybody listening, if you've gotten something out of this, if you're anxious too and you want to join in on this conversation, please comment because you're not alone. It happens. I think all of us at some point in time have struggled with it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you coming on, helping to, like, reduce the stigma of that. And we'll see you in the next one.